Hi guys, so I recently hit 10,000 subscribers, so I thought I would do something a little bit different where I would just read all the crazy comments I've been receiving. Doctor Who, what a pile of English shit. Look, you're right. New ones are crap. I grew up as a teen in the early 70s and loved John. What a load of shit! The new one is done. The new one has done. I don't know what that means. I love how they're like, I love John, but they can't spell his name correctly. Fake gay lisp effect not needed. Very jarring to listen to. This is my voice. It's also like an Australian accent. We are very nasally. We all just sound like this. To us, it doesn't sound like we're nasally, but we are. So I think that's what a lot of people are talking about. And yeah, I'm gay, so I do sound gay. Classic Doctor Who isn't about CGI. It didn't even exist. The stories are what mattered. I think a lot of people didn't get my CGI video. I wasn't necessarily saying that the old effects were bad. The new CGI is just a fun way of watching a story that you've seen 100 times. You know, so it's not necessarily like, oh, this is a better version. It's more, this is a fun new way of experiencing a story I love. Screw the dab shit. Screw you all New Who people who think Doctor Who needs to be changed. Well, a new Who is crap. It should not exist. Because there is only on Doctor Who, and that is Dr. Ohu to Doctor Who. Cue the drums! I don't know what half of that even means, but I don't think they realized that this was a joke as well. Like, does everything I make is serious? Because like, I would say like 50% of my content is serious. The majority is me just making terrible jokes. And I like how people think I'm a New Who fan just because I'm young. Like, I barely watch the new series anymore. I'm a classic Doctor Who fan. Like, I like the new series as well, but it's not, I never talk about it on this channel. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Yes, I am Australian. Next, this is a crime.
I called the police!
Don't fix it if it ain't broke. CGI is optional. It's a silly argument, but yeah. Looks 100% fake to me. What a load of shit. Nice try. Thank God I knew it was fake. This is fake. I can prove it. Josh Nares is portraying Doctor Who. The title is like genuine Daleks Masterpiece, 100% real. And the thumbnail has a picture of me, not William Hartnell. I thought it was very clear that it was supposed to be a joke. It's a parody. You know, I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I was recreating a scene and it'd just be stupid? But a lot of people got really upset. This one's for non-Doctor Who. It's just, I did a film called Karate Nun, which is about a lesbian time-traveling, crime-fighting nun. Great comment, it's like ... Fake nun. Yes, it is a fake nun. It is my friend and she is acting. Spooky time. I lived in a haunted property in Wales with my family. It's not a competition. Guess you outspooked William Hartnell in a turkey costume. Congrats. Wow, they can't leave anything alone. Maybe what we should really do is take the New Who era episodes and restore them to how the original series would look. That would be justice. That would be justice. I'd watch that. I think that'd be so fun. Like, I've seen like fan edits of like them putting Twice Upon a Time in like black and white and 4:3 and stuff, and doing like telesnap reconstruction. I think it's a fun experiment. Could you imagine like the Rings of Arcaten in like 70s like effects? That'd be amazing. I would watch the hell out of that. Do you mean special edition? Me? No. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm so mean. I think I'm being funny. And then I read it back and I'm like, oh, I'm just really mean. I am sorry. Dubious pronunciation aside, these are very well made and a great watch. Yeah, look, I mispronounced a lot of people's names in the Missing Episodes series, and I did do a lot of research trying to figure out how to pronounce everyone's names, but a lot of the people never had interviews, and when they did have interviews, they never said their name, or the interviewer never said their name, and I didn't really have the contacts that I have now where I can ask people, hey, how do you pronounce such and such? And I'll get like comments replying, how do I actually pronounce it? So like my more recent videos, I will generally pronounce names correctly. I am learning. And yes, it's a valid critique. Annoying narrator, effeminate sounding. Sorry, just my opinion. Why are people so afraid of effeminate sounding and people sounding not traditionally masculine or traditionally feminine? Like, why are people so hung up on how people should act? this is my voice. I'm at the point in my life where I don't want to censor who I am. I'm not gonna censor my voice so I can please this small heterosexual minority. I'm not gonna change who I am to suit you. End of the day, these videos are mine. I'm not working for the BBC. I'm doing these because I enjoy doing them. It's my YouTube channel and I'm gonna appear in them and it's gonna be my voice. If it was a professional BBC production, I wouldn't be doing the narration. Hi, sorry, I was editing this and I just realized that I did work for the BBC and I did use my voice for the making of feature, but that was because I asked Luke and he said, yeah, you can use your own voice, and they were happy for me to do so. I did offer to get a narrator and they said they just wanted me instead. And if I'm too gay for you, well, that's your problem.
Okay, right.
Gay rights.
Thank you.
I know what the spacesuits look like from Mission to the Unknown. No, you don't. If you saw the reconstruction, loose cannon reconstruction, you think that's right. They were guessing. There are no surviving photos of the spacesuits from Mission to the Unknown. And if they are, they're in private hands. Fascinating. Even if the style of voiceover suggests that the content is homoerotic, it's nice to know I'm turning somebody on with my voice. I'm straight, but for you, I would be gay. I like the question mark. I'm just gonna take that as they like my content and just leave it there, thank you. Evil girl of the Daleks. These are my favorite comments where they just read a bunch of words and I'm like, what does that even mean? What are you trying to communicate here? Just evil girl of the Daleks. I'm like, you know, you're right. This would be cool to see, but the way things are now, I can see the BBC trying to connect Jodie to it and smear it with fecal matter. Time will tell. Doctor Who is constantly changing. If you don't like Jodie Whittaker, you don't like Chris Chibnall, they will eventually leave and someone else will take over. If you don't like it, rewatch the old stuff or listen to some Big Finish. I've been critical of the new series. I've enjoyed Jodie Whittaker. I'm not as happy with the writing. I'm not really impressed by what Chris Chibnall has done, but I'm hopeful that next season will be better. Going from one of my favorite showrunners to someone I don't really like as much, so I don't really like their style. It could be difficult, but I'm not gonna go around saying they're smearing it with fecal matter. It's like, that's really gross for one. Don't talk about how terrible Jodie Whittaker apparently is on my YouTube comments when I'm not even talking about the new series. And that's the thing that's really weird, because I'm not even talking about it and you have to bring it up. This is my all-time favorite comment of all time. Talking about the voice of the Daleks when you have the most awful narrator boys I've ever heard. Why don't you blow your nose and use some Sidex, you nasally little punk? If I ever do merchandise, which I probably never will because why would anyone buy it, I would just have nasally little punk. Because I think that's so funny. The most awful narrator boys. The boys? I like how there's like plural boys. Like how many boys are there? Where are the boys? Where are the boys? Where are these awful narrator boys? I would like to meet them. Wow, the BBC are a bunch of pricks. I've noticed that this is actually quite a common reaction to my missing episodes series. That wasn't particularly my intention, and I think a lot of people don't understand that the reason why things were junked was because it was procedure. The way television works nowadays and compared to how it did in the 60s is a very different beast. There are many series out there that have no episodes surviving, who aren't as lucky as us, who have audio recordings, who have telesnaps, who have photos, original camera scripts, studio floor prints. We have so much content because the fans that love the show who preserved it. And I think that should be the message you take away. It's not the BBC are pricks, it's look how great the fans are for preserving something that was never going to be preserved in the first place. Yep, so those were some of my crazy comments. I'm sure there's a lot more that I don't see. I try to at least like or read everyone's comments. I don't always reply to every single one of them because sometimes there's quite a lot and I get a bit overwhelmed, but I really do appreciate the support and I do love everyone commenting, even the negative stuff, because I can have a laugh at least. And I think if you can't take criticism and have a laugh about it, then you're really in the wrong industry. Sometimes if I'm in a really bad mental state, I'll take it to heart and all I need to do is just stop and think, oh, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Like, I don't know this person. And in the day, like, there's way more positive comments than there are negative, and I think people need to stop listening to the negative stuff and start listening to the positive. And I really should take my own advice. So this has been a crazy year, from January to having maybe 1,000 subscribers to somewhere around 10,000 within like 8-9 months. And I'm really thankful for everyone who's come along and for the ride. So yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Josh Nair's YouTube channel.